Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of Tombstone TV. As ever, I am your host, Bullet Von Awesome, and this is part 1, match 1. Scheduled for one fall, this is a singles match. Introducing first, Eli Valentine. Ladies and gentlemen, there was an interesting development last week on Tombstone TV. You may remember that Dudley Boy challenged the Platinum Kid. Hardy had set the challenge between Dr. Dermot Allergy, the Platinum Kid, and Dudley Boy. And what ended up happening, what transpired in the night was the Doctor pulled himself from the match to challenge Lord and Xavier on episode 17 of Tombstone TV. What resulted was Platinum Kid facing Dudley Boy in singles one-on-one action. Meanwhile, Hardy Boy went to management and suggested to face Dudley, his own brother, for his light heavyweight championship at the pay-per-view Violent Night. Management is going to grant that request from the champion, but only if Dudley can prove himself worthy for the championship shot. So what we have here, folks, is Dudley Boy is going to have to wrestle on each episode of Tombstone TV between the Masquerade Brawl and Violent Night. And if Dudley can win all 4 of his matches, he will be the #1 contender for Hardy Boy's championship title, and we will have Dudley versus Hardy for that light heavyweight championship here at Championship Wrestling Series on pay-per-view. I know this match is very important to both men, but if Dudley loses any of those matches, whoever it is that pins Dudley, that will become the #1 contender for the light heavyweight championship. And as you can see, Dudley is in the ring, starting this one off. Oh, open slap from Eli Valentine to Dudley and a German suplex. Hardy Boy on the outside watching his brother. He is scouting the #1 contender as we speak. Or at least he may be. And look at this. Aeroplane head scissors takedown from Dudley Boy. Dudley driving the foot of Eli Valentine into the mat, and the crowd are going mad. Eli's back to his feet, whips Dudley off that rope, and drop down, leapfrog. Look at the speed of these guys. Oh, and he ducks beneath, and another German suplex takes Dudley Boy down. Eli whips Dudley into the corner, and look at this, just running up the man and kicking off of him. Backflip and straight into the ground and pound mat assault. Eli Valentine wants a shot at that CWS Light Heavyweight Championship, and look at this. Driving the knee into the face, and again ground and pound, just punching and kicking away at the face of Dudley Boy. Eli leaps to the top. Dudley's unaware. Dudley's climbing back to his feet, and look at this for a top rope crossbody. Eli Valentine takes Dudley Boy down. Now he scooped him up, walks him over to those ropes and drops him. Oh my gosh, throw first across the top rope. And Eli is stomping away at Dudley's face. And look at him again, driving the fists into the face. Bouncing the head off that mat. This match has been all Eli, and as I say it, both men go for drop kicks and both miss. Dudley looked like he was going for some springboard offense there, but got caught around the waist and again suplex. Eli with the win, surely. Dudley Boy kicks out at 2. Dudley's going to have to do an awful lot to come back from this. This has been total annihilation from Valentine so far. Dudley's eating these chops, and a kick and a suplex. Oh my god, look at that release suplex. Eli Valentine dropping Dudley, and he's going for this. Oh my god, Dudley gets out of this. He caught him, knee to the face, and then a code breaker, double knees to the face. Dudley Boy seizing his opportunity. And look at this, running Hurricane Rana takes Valentine down. The Light Heavyweight Championship means so much to these guys, and look at that, Special Boy, and it's into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, Dudley Boy against the tide here. That looked like Eli Valentine had the match sewn up, but that light heavyweight championship opportunity means so much to the boys that Dudley summoned that out of nowhere and he got the victory. Clean as a whistle. And look at him, you can hear him saying he wants his brother at the pay-per-view. Folks, for that to happen, Dudley's going to have to wrestle again next week. And if he wins that, he'll have to wrestle again the next week. One could say that maybe it's a bit unfair. Hardy's not scheduled to have matches in between. He might be tiring out his opponent. Maybe, but it's his brother. Surely not, right? Find out what happens next. Tombstone TV Part 2 coming soon, folks. We have ladies action. We have El Dorado taking on Suplex in singles action here on Tombstone TV Episode 18. Please come back for more. This is Part 2 of Episode 18 of Tombstone TV, folks. We have got a women's division matchup for you tonight. Making her way to the ring, this is El Dorado. El Dorado wants to compete for gold here at CWS. She wants a shot at big-time aerial wrestlers, CWS Women's World Championship. However, we all know that the Violent Night Championship matchup is going to be between the champ big-time aerial wrestler and number one contender after winning the Masquerade Brawl women's matchup, Ren. So, a lot of the women's competitors have asked for singles matches on TV between now and then, just looking to move up the ranks and prove themselves to be most likely for a shot at the women's championship. And folks, here as you can see, the women's champion on your right hand side, this is big time aerial wrestler tonight in a managerial role, and not for the last time. You will see her out here tonight in the corner of the wrestlers, her brothers Matt and Technique Al Wrestler. But right now she's in the corner of this lady right here, her tag team partner, Suplex. Sue in the blue here, ready to take on El Dorado. Sue has come so close to championship matches here. She thought when she entered CWS she was going to tag up a big-time aerial wrestler in the women's tag division, but that has not been the case so far. Look at this straight away, Sue taking El Dorado down. Sue thought we were going to be a tag team here between Suplex and Aerial Wrestler. However, Aerial's singles career has gone so well since debuting here at CWS, they haven't had the opportunity to tag up yet due to the singles commitments for Aerial Wrestler. Sue has had outstanding performances in the Eliminator and the Masquerade Brawl, and in every match she's had in between. She is again looking to climb her way to the top. If she can't stand with her friend, why not stand against her? El Dorado with a clubbing blow across the back of Suplex. And another clubbing blow across the back. Big slap. Double axes across the back. El Dorado now stalking Sue, as Sue climbs herself up standing position in that turnbuckle and eats a spear right back down, and El Dorado stomping away at the guts of Suplex. Oh, kip up right there. Suplex back to her feet and launches El Dorado. And look at that. Immediately follows it up with a big splash in the corner. Sue now climbing to the top rope just to taunt the fans. But El Dorado's got up behind her. And a lock up here, folks. Sue dragging El right over to those ropes and lashing out with these kicks. Suplex now throwing El Dorado outside to the floor. What's Sue going to go for here? Channeling her tag partner, maybe? Oh, Suplex grabs the top rope and launches herself through. 2 feet to the face. El Dorado knocked down, and Sue out to the outside, answering back with stomps as big-time aerial wrestler watches on. Getting a good scouting opportunity here between both her tag partner and one of the stiffest competition she may have to face here in CWS. El Dorado is all about the gold. She wants to add some more to her waist. stomping away at the back of Suplex. And El Dorado now stomping on the elbow. You take away the elbow, Suplex can't. Well, Suplex, can she? El Dorado gonna fly. She's gone to the top rope. And off the top with the big elbow to the back. Suplex didn't even see it coming. Going for the cover now. 1, 2. And Suplex kicks out at 2. She's not going to be put away that easily. El Dorado lifting Suplex up. Oh, goes for a big punch and Sue blocks it. Answers back with some right hands of her own. Suplex whips El Dorado off the ropes. And now look at this, belly to belly. No, El Dorado's getting out of this position. Big rights. And El Dorado got Sue up on her shoulders for an electric chair. And look at this. A front face release. Sue goes down. 1, 2. And Sue again kicking out at 2. Folks, this is not a number 1 contenders matchup. Ren will face big-time aerial wrestler on pay-per-view, but these women are just looking to prove themselves. As El Dorado, what's she going to do here? Leaps over the top rope, sunset flip, somersault sent on to the outside, takes Suplex down, and Sue, somehow, look at this, innovation on the outside, Suplex. Has learned a lot from Matt and the Technique Al wrestler. She's been in close proximity to the whole wrestler family. And now Sue down for the cover. We've got a 1, a 2, and El Dorado kicks out at 2. This is a back and forth matchup between these folks. Suplex looking for another suplex, and oh my gosh, lifts her up. And instead of going all the way over, again releasing with a sit-out facebuster from the sky. Suplex. Oh my god, what's she going for now? Oh my god, look at this. Suplex. Absolute devastation. El Dorado is not ready for this offense. Sue with the knee to the back of the head, taking El Dorado down. And look at this. Just constant battering from Suplex to El Dorado. Big time aerial wrestler outside watching on. This big kick, a side kick. Sue up to the top rope, but El Dorado gets to her feet and somehow, some way, still has to eat a double axe handle from the top rope. Suplex now. Look at this offense. Just when you think you're getting kneed in the face, somehow you get dropped on it instead. A discus punch. Sue now climbing to the top rope. Big time aerial wrestler encouraging her off the top with that elbow one more time. This has to be it, folks. 1, 2, 3, and your winner, Suplex. Folks, this has been part 2 of episode 18, Tombstone TV. Big time aerial wrestler in the ring to celebrate with her tag team partner. Competition is so fierce here in CWS, folks, that even tag team partners, they can be friends and still fight. We've seen it before. We've seen it again. Dudley and Hardy looking to fight each other on pay-per-view. We've had Jacques Hammer versus his tag partner Fabian Nils before on pay-per-view. Will we see Suplex versus aerial wrestler? Is this matchup coming down the line? We'll find out in the future here at CWS, folks. Come back for part 3. We're going to have our first ever mixed tag match, I believe, here at CWS. Coming up soon. Come back for part 3. Welcome back to episode 18, Tombstone TV. This is part 3. Guys, I misspoke at the end of part 2. I said this is our first ever mixed tag team match coming up. Who could forget? We've had Aerial Wrestler and Matt Wrestler previously take on the team of Starshine Kid and his mother, Lady Starshine. My apologies. This is the second mixed tag match, and this one might even be more personal than the first. This one is heated, and it is recently heated. At the Masquerade Brawl, the team of Fire Person Sam and Nurse Deceased, the first response, were in a tag team championship match against Faith and Grace, the Lord's Angels. During this matchup for the CWS Women's World Tag Team Championships, on the outside, the manager and confidant, the friend, the leader of the group, Lord and Xavier. He got caught laying hands on Fire Person Sam, the gender-neutral nightmare. And as a result of these actions, the team of Faith and Grace were disqualified from the match. So your winners on the night were the team of First Response. Nurse Deceased and Fire Person Sam won the match. However, due to the champion's advantage, Grace and Faith did not lose their championships. So the next night on Tombstone TV, folks, it was episode 17, and Nurse Deceased had an opportunity to get another shot at tag team gold. She had another opportunity. All she had to do was beat Grace Angels in a singles matchup. And what happened on the night was Grace incapacitated Nurse Deceased to the point the nurse couldn't break the ref's count of 10 when she was outside. Leaning up against the barricade, she got counted out, and Nurse Deceased lost the matchup. It was technically a clean win. However, it wasn't really in the spirit of the contest now, was it? The resulting actions meant that the only other teams left in the division were Private Dancer and her sister Jazz Dancer. So the Dancer sisters got to take on the team of Beach Force, that's Gale Force and Sandy Beach, in tag match, and the winner of that became the number one contender. And as you saw that last week, folks, that was the Dancer sisters. So we are in fact looking at Faith and Grace versus the Dancer sisters upcoming at Violent Night. But this thing is still personal. Later on in the same episode, the Doctor, look at this, folks, he is mocking, absolutely mocking Nurse Deceased and Dr. Dermatology here, mimicking that of Faith Angels. Look at this, folks. The Lord and Grace together mocking Doctor and Nurse Deceased, the Lord doing Faith's part of their traditional entrance here. I'd say the Doctor's seething. But on episode 17, the Doctor gave up his spot in the Light Heavyweight Championship Triple Threat match so that he could face the Lord in singles action. And you know what, folks? The Doctor just wanted some modicum of revenge and unfortunately lost that match to Lord, leading to this. This is the Lord and Grace in mixed tag action against Doctor and Nurse. And the Doctor, fuming, just drops the Lord with a suplex, and now he's making him eat some rights and left hands. So folks, this is a very personal back and forth. This thing's just about pride. The Doctor upset at his loss last week. Nurse upset at hers. The Lord and Grace just proving that they won. They don't understand. Well, what's this feud about? Why can't the Doctor and the Nurse just accept that they lost? When I was talking to the Lord and Grace and Faith earlier, this is the attitude they had. They just accept that you lost. You couldn't beat us. So they're hoping to put this whole thing to bed tonight. If Lord and Grace can beat the Doctor and Nurse tonight, it should put this whole thing to bed. Lord and Savior now dragging the Doctor into the corner and bouncing his head off the top turnbuckle. Did he burst him open? The Doctor might need to see the Nurse for stitches after this one. Lord punching away at the face of the Doctor, and now he's up to the top rope, folks. Is he going for this? Say your prayers, folks. What a giant suplex. Superplex from the top rope to the center of the ring. The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome," as the referee gets down for the count, but the Doctor kicks out at one. Now, Lord, as you see the rules, no man can touch a woman here, which those rules were bent recently, weren't they? Or were they? Lord tags out. Now Grace, legal, Nurse Deceased, legal, and Grace up to the top rope. Is Grace going to fly? The Angel flies from the top rope. The Angel flies with this crossbody, takes Nurse Deceased down, and whips Nurse back into the ring. Grace now up in the apron, taunting Nurse Deceased. Nurse punching away at the face of Great Angels, clubbing over the back. And double axes to the back takes Grace down. And now Nurse going for a cover. And the Lord is in to break this thing up. A kick out at one. Oh. Nurse, oh my god, look at this. Lifts her straight into the air. Just drops, and Grace straight back up with the drop kick. The momentum changes again. Folks, this thing is very even so far. Oh my gosh, look at this. Catching Nurse's face and driving it into her own knee. Now again, Nurse just lifting Grace into the air and making angels fly. Nurse tags in the Doctor, and now the Doctor and the Lord are legal. Clothesline takes the Doctor down, and the ref gets down for a count. Kick out at 1. The Lord, that was just about disrespecting the Doctor. He had no intention of actually winning the match off that clothesline. And again, another clothesline to take the Doctor down, puts all his weight across him, trying to take the breath away from the Doctor, making it harder for the Doctor to catch his wind and to kick out later. DDT dropping the Doctor on his already busted open forehead. The ref might have to think about stopping this one. 1, 2... Doctor kicks out. Nurse wasn't sure it was going to happen. She came in to break up the count. And now the Lord tags in Grace. So Nurse is now legal and the Doctor has to leave the ring. Oh, Nurse spears. Nurse spears Grace, takes her down and kicking her while she's on the floor. Stomp across the back of the head. Stomp across the back of the head again. And look at the ground and pound offense. The Nurse mounting Grace and unleashing a fury of blows across the face, and now Nurse going to the top rope and double axe across the face of Grace. Nurse with the crowd on her side, feeling a bit cheated. The team of First Response are fan favorites here. A lot of the fans do like the team of Fireperson Sam and Nurse Deceased, and they did feel robbed on the pay-per-view, and they did kind of feel robbed last week on Tombstone TV. Fan sentiment is leaning towards the team of First Response and Dr. Dermot Allergy as Nurse gets her throat rocked off that rope. Grace with the count, 1, 2, and a kick out by Nurse Deceased at 2. However, the other side of the fence, a lot of other fans are saying, look, the Lord, he laid hands on Fireperson Sam, but Fireperson Sam doesn't have a gender, so he wasn't laying hands on a woman. So why was he disqualified? But the fact is, folks, managers and those in managerial capacities can't lay hands on competitors, and the referee caught that in the act at the Masquerade Brawl. This had nothing to do with gender. This was downright cheating, breaking the rules, and the Lord should know better than that. But on Tombstone TV, the count-out victory seemed fair. The Lord's victory did seem fair. This thing may have started unjustly, but is it still unjust? Another tag, and both men now legal. Doctor goes for a clothesline of his own. Doesn't get any of it, and the Lord has him up on his shoulders, and he's carried him over to the turnbuckle and drops the Doctor again across the already bust open head, right on top of that top turnbuckle. The Doctor fighting his way back out, and look at this shotgun dropkick, takes the Lord down. The Doctor going to make the tag, but the Lord says no. Xavier grapples him back. He smells blood in the water or blood in the air. Now the Doctor stepping through, takedown step through, and look at this. Stomping the face of the Lord into the mat, and the Doctor now makes the tag. Lord and Xavier has to leave. Grace back into the ring. Grace goes for a giant running punch, leaping into the air, and eats a punch of her own. And look at this. Nurse DC scooping Grace up and gets the pinfall attempt. Decides no, and then decides to do it again. The Doctor goes to attack the Lord, and Grace somehow kicks out. Doctor thought he was protecting the pinfall there by interfering and stopping the Lord from breaking it up, but Grace did fight out of it, and again Grace fighting out of that corner. Shotgun dropkick of her own. Grace Angels takes Nurse Deceased down, but eats a right, a left, a right, and now Nurse whipping Grace into that far turnbuckle. Grace fighting out with an elbow. Grace has Nurse on her shoulders. Oh my God, fall from Grace. The fall from Grace. We've got a pinfall cover here, folks. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Nurse Deceased. I thought that was it, folks. I thought the Lord and his angels were going to rub it in the face of first response one more time, but it's not to be the case. Now Grace up on the top rope, just stalking Nurse. Lord's interfering, gets out of the way, and after providing the distraction, the Lord darts out of the way and the Angel flies and connects with that top rope crossbody to the outside. Grace just bouncing the head of Nurse deceased off the mat here, stamping on her hair, pulling at the arms. Look at this as the referee again counts up to 4. Is Grace going to embarrass the team further and go for another count-out victory? This time, Grace appears to try to throw Nurse back into the ring. The Doctor somehow in the way. Miscommunication here, it seems. Oh, Grace goes for a punch, misses wildly. Nurse ducks it, picks her up, gets her with a butt buster off of her knee. Nurse now dragging Grace to the Doctor's corner. Big right hands in the corner here from Nurse deceased. And another right hand rocking Grace and knocking her down. Foot across the throat, choking the life out of Grace. Angels bouncing the hand off the mat, and now another cover attempt. This must be all about taking away the win, folks. Grace again gets the kick out at 2, but it seems to have taken an awful lot out of her. Nurse makes the tag. The Doctor is in and the Lord is back. Grace yet to leave the ring, but the Doctor eats a running bulldog from Lord and Xavier. The referee has to start the count to get Grace out of the ring. She heads that way, and look at this. Ooh, a little below the belt here. The Lord and Xavier taunting the crowd. Lord and Xavier dragging Dr. Dermot Allergy back over to the corner of the Lord's Angels. But he's eating some elbows here. The Doctor gets out of it. The Doctor tentatively checking on his own wounds here, and he's trying to drag Xavier back to his own corner. Bouncing Xavier's head off the top turnbuckle this time. The Doctor, what's he going for here? Nurse getting out of the way as the Doctor, look at this reverse choke, lifting the Lord into the air and taking away the wind. The Doctor says that's it, folks. And he's taunting for too long, and the Lord gets the running bulldog to take the Doctor down one more time. And now the Lord with the Doctor up with a suplex and drops him onto the flat of his back. Lord and Savior bounces the head of the Doctor off the top turnbuckle one more time. And tossing the Doctor back across the ring. And right in front of the Nurse now, he's peeling away at that open wound of the face of the Doctor. Lord bounces back and makes the tag to Grace. The Nurse must be furious after what she just watched. Running shoulder tackle does not take Grace down. Nurse now whips Grace off the ropes, and look at this big back body drop taking Grace down to the floor. Nurse going for a cover right in front of the Lord and Xavier, but Grace kicks out at 2. The Lord was in as an insurance policy there, ready to break that one up. We've seen before he has no problem with bending a few rules. Grace kicks Nurse into the head, takes control, grabs her by the hair, whips around. Nurse back up, angry, and look again, lifting Grace into the air, just launching her. And now Nurse stalking Grace. What's she going for here? Picks her up, and look at a big scoop slam, dropping Grace onto her back. The Doctor seems like he's in. He's conflicted. Should he break it up? And he doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, right in front of the referee, he couldn't be seen to break this thing up. Your winners, and hopefully this got them a small modicum of revenge, folks. The team of the First Response, we've got Dr. Dermot Allergy and Nurse Deceased picking up the pinfall victory over Grace and the Lord and Xavier. Do you think this thing has come to an end? Will their paths meet again? Find out next week, maybe. Who knows? I haven't booked the show yet. But thank you for joining us so far for this one. It's part 3, Tombstone TV, episode 18. Come back for part 4. You're going to see the Platinum Kid versus Cara del Diablo. After we saw Cara turn up, making a surprise debut last week at Contenders 5, unsuccessfully. was not able to win that match. We're going to get him to see him in singles action tonight against the Platinum Kid. Very interesting matchup coming up, folks. Come back for part 4. This is Championship Wrestling Series. This is Tombstone TV. We are up to episode 18, folks. This is part 4, and in this matchup, it's set for one fall. We have singles action. We have the plucky underdog himself. We have the Platinum Kid making his way to the ring right now, as ever, with his mentor, Carlos Reyes, in his corner. This one's very interesting, folks. I love what's bubbling away under the surface here. The Platinum Kid let slip in an interview last week, and I mentioned it on Tombstone TV episode 17, that since the Platinum Kid has started getting mentorship from Carlos Reyes, he's introduced him to his mother, and actually, Carlos Reyes has started dating the mother of the Platinum Kid. This can totally, definitely end well only. And now, folks, making his way to the ring, making his singles match debut here at Championship Wrestling Series. A long-time rival of Carlos Reyes on the independent scene, so let's see what happens here when his protege takes him on. This, folks, is Cara del Diablo. And Cara del Diablo was unsuccessful in his attempt and his debut at Contenders 5 last week on episode 17 of Tombstone TV. Cara del Diablo is here to make a splash. He wants championship gold. We know this guy wins titles. We know this guy wins singles championships on his own. He's done it in Mexico, he's done it in Japan, he's done it in Germany, he's done it in the US. And now here he is on Tombstone TV at Championship Wrestling Series, and he's hoping to do it again. He's done this in singles divisions. He's done this in tag divisions. Will any of his tag partners show up here tonight? We know some of them from the past are already here. Will any of those teams reform? Will other people come back in? People from Cara del Miedo's past? People such as Cara del Miedo. Will Cara del Diablo bring Miedo in? Is this going to happen? Who knows? But the face of the devil himself is here. And the Platinum Kid squares off against his mentor's former rival. And straight away, Del Diablo overpowers Platinum Kid, drags him over to the ropes. Del Diablo, whipping Platinum Kid off the ropes, drops down under the legs, slides through, and gets him with a Hurricane Rana. Look at this veteran experience here from Del Diablo. Right off the bat. Platinum Kid answers back with a kick of his own, but Del Diablo, again, look at this, spinning around the head. Look at this for a complicated way to drag a kid to the floor and lock in an armbar. Platinum Kid backs out of it, and look, answers back with a Hurricane Rana of his own. And if you target my arm, I'm going to target yours. Platinum Kid answers Del Diablo back, torquing away at the arm. Big right hand from the Platinum Kid. And look at this. Dragging Del Diablo down, and the Platinum Kid, iconic, running step up from the second rope to the outside somersault, taking Del Diablo down. Both men go for a double drop kicks, and both men miss. And look at this sling blade. Del Diablo dropping the kick into the face of the Platinum Kid on the outside, right in front of the fence. Standing shooting star press. Del Diablo hitting Platinum Kid with one of Platinum Kid's most obvious maneuvers. Look at this for a driver out on the outside. The Del Diablo driver. Del Diablo with that driver on the outside on the floor to the Platinum Kid. He could have taken the count-out victory there, I am sure of it, but Del Diablo wants to do this the right way. In front of Carlos Reyes, launches the Kid into the ring and gets him with a small DDT there. Gets the cover, and now this is it, folks. The Platinum Kid kicks out at 1. Kick to the back of the head from Del Diablo. Can be sure that Platinum Kid, under the tutelage and mentorship of Carlos Reyes, will definitely be familiar with the work of Cara del Diablo. If he's watched some of Carlos Reyes' independent career, some of the highlights of his indie career, he will have seen matches against the likes of Cara del Diablo. So he surely has some idea of what to come up against. Yet it's different when you get a real feel for it. And look at this athleticism. Spinning kick misses, drop kick misses. Platinum Kid putting in a good showing for himself here against Cara Del Diablo, the much older man, the veteran in the ring. Drop down leapfrog, and look at this, goes for a running dropkick. Platinum Kid had it scouted and answers back with the dropkick of his own. Chop, chop, and a punch to the gut. The Platinum Kid, runs to the corner and hits another set of punches to the face of Cara Del Diablo. Drops to his knee now and starts driving the shoulder into the gut of Del Diablo. Into the gut of the devil, and now the Platinum Kid is saying, get up. And look at this, gets him up just to knock him back down with another clothesline. Platinum Kid climbing to the top ropes. Folks, we know what this is. It's the Platinum Splash. The Platinum Splash from the top rope. The Platinum Kid's got the cover. 2, and a kick out at 2 by Cara Del Diablo. The Platinum Kid is beside himself. Very few kick out of the Platinum Splash. It's his signature maneuver, and look at this. Duck down and a Pele. Platinum Kid now going back to basics, taking out the leg of Cara Del Diablo. Platinum Kid back to the top rope, and again the Platinum Splash off the top rope. Is he going to do it here, folks? 1, 2, 3. What an upset victory here, and in his singles match debut, Cara Del Diablo loses to the Platinum Kid. Folks, the Platinum Kid absolutely has me blown away. This guy can find courage from the depths, and sometimes he just shines brightly. Look at this. Since Carlos Reyes has taken the Platinum Kid under his wing, the fortunes of Platinum Kid have surely turned around. This team, this union, might be going places. Cara Del Diablo outside on the floor looks shocked and appalled at losing to this guy. You know there's a rage pent up in here. This is not how the debut of Cara Del Diablo was expected to go, and I can assure you folks, I know the career of Del Diablo. This is not going to sit easy with him. This will not be the end. But we see a Platinum Kid and Cara Del Diablo in the ring together. Will we see Carlos Reyes and Del Diablo in the ring together again? Folks, the opportunities and possibilities are endless here at CWS. This is the end of part 4. Come back for part 5, where we're going to get to see Patty Fields take on fellow newcomer here in CWS, fellow debutante at Contenders 5. We're going to get to see Killian Curse in action. Come back for part 5. Welcome back here, folks, to episode 18, Championship Wrestling Series, Tombstone TV. This part 5, and this match is scheduled for 1 fall. Making his way to the ring right now after doing a long shift down at the restaurant. You know this guy as the Walk in Spring Roll Express, Patty Fields. Patty Fields very happy to be on TV any chance he gets, because the payday is sweet and he has a lot of mouths to feed at home. Patty hoping that if he can win this matchup, it makes him more likely to appear at the Violent Night pay-per-view. He has said he doesn't care who he faces. Man just wants to make money, and if he has to do that on the most violent night of the year, then that's fine by him. Patty Fields again asking for anyone in the back. He just wants a match on TV, and just so happened someone else was asking for a singles match of their own, so management has booked Patty Fields to take on this man right here, folks. One of the cursed ones, alongside his sister Wanda Curse. Folks, this is Killian Curse. Killian Curse here, saying he's gonna make short work of Patty Fields. This guy is nothing on him. The cursed ones here making a big splash in recent weeks on Tombstone TV. Wanda Curse here looking to make waves in the singles women's division. Killian letting Wanda into the ring, and folks, this duo is not to be messed with. That visual kind of says it all. They're here to break people, to take names. The eaters of death themselves. The cursed ones are here. Paddy, ready. Killian, ready. Ring the bell, ref. Let's let this thing go. Straight away. Chokehold takedown. Killian Curse has a choke on Paddy, and Paddy gets out of it, but Killian lands on his feet. Paddy was not expecting that. Look at this, a knee to the gut. Paddy caught off guard. Throws Killian, hits him with a knee to the gut, and now Paddy taking Killian Curse down, and he's got him in a front face lock. Look at this. Now Killian fighting his way out. The Walk and Spring Roll Express was not sure what to make of this, and look at the agility of the Killian Curse getting that DDT locked in. Now targeting the legs. This guy is fast. Walking over Paddy Fields, kick to the back. And now clubbing blows. Killian Curse punching away at the face of Paddy Fields. And now Paddy mounting Killian. A revenge attack here with some punches of his own. Paddy now stomping on the ankles of Killian. Curse struggling to get up right now. Paddy clubbing away at him. Killian's not going to stand for this. And a big power bomb from Paddy Fields, power bombing Killian Curse. Paddy taken for granted by a lot of people here at CWS, but he's a beast in his own right. And look at this one. Look at this. Grabs Killian from the back and drops the elbow across the chest, absolutely rocking him, making his sister Wanda Curse watch on from the outside. Rest count up to 3. Paddy throws Killian back into the ring. We're back at it, folks. Catches Killian by the hair, bounces his head off the mat. Killian slides to the outside. Paddy launches himself over the top rope with a crossbody. Killian evades it, and Paddy comes down hard on the floor. And look, getting a choke in of his own on the outside to Killian Curse. As Killian fights his way out of this submission maneuver on the outside, Killian Curse now taking the fight to Paddy Fields. And Paddy tosses Killian into the barricade, and now over to his sister Wanda, who breaks the momentum there. Killian sneaking up behind Paddy. Both men back into the ring. Now Wanda in to cause the distraction. Unsuccessfully, Paddy is laser focused on Killian Curse right now. And look at this stunner over the top rope, launching Killian Curse out to the floor. Rest count back up to 1. Paddy out to the floor. And now Killian playing possum maybe, because he's got Paddy up with a big back body drop suplex. Look at this. Dropping Paddy onto the back of his head. As me and all my friends get up from the commentary booth. The action spills out close. Oh no, back into the ring, folks. Killian Curse now stalking Paddy. Grabs him from behind. And look at this. Look at this. 2 knees to the back, taking Paddy Fields down. Killian Curse in for the cover. 1. And a kick out by the Walk and Roll Express at 1. Sorry, the Walk and Spring Roll Express. I'll be given out to for not promoting the company properly. Killian now dropped throw first over the top rope. Paddy Fields is walking away. Oh, kicks Killian. And look at this. Oh my God. The Spring Roll Express. And a kick out at 2. A kick out at 2. Paddy doesn't often get the opportunity to lock in and to successfully hit that Spring Roll Express, but he did it today, and Killian kicked out. Paddy must be fuming. Big right hand to the back of Killian Curse, right hand to the face. Now Paddy off the ropes, and a knee again taking Killian down. Cover attempt here, folks. 1, 2, and Killian Curse kicks out at 2. Paddy taking the fight to Killian Curse here, folks. The reputation of Killian precedes him, and I was expecting him to absolutely dominate. But Paddy has got an awful lot of offense in here, folks. German suplex. It just shows you that this is the big time. These are the big leagues here. CWS, look at this. Killian Curse. The death-eaten driver. Taking Paddy down. Killian off the top rope. He's going to fly, and look at this, leaping from the top rope, catching Paddy around the head and dropping him with a DDT to the outside. Absolutely crazy athleticism here from Killian Curse. Tosses Paddy back to the ring. Folks, I was going to say we have some of the most talented athletes in the world wrestling and fighting here at CWS. Just because you're a big name in the Indies doesn't mean you're going to come in and walk all over the talent that already exists in the company. We expected Cara Del Diablo to walk all over Platinum Kid, and that was not the case. And Paddy Fields now taking the fight to Killian Curse. It just shows big name on the Indies does not make you a big name at the big time. Paddy now going for the cover, and a kick out again by Killian Curse, showing his resiliency. Absolutely no selling these kick attempts, evading, and Killian Curse now lifting Paddy up with the snap suplex. Is the tide going to turn here? Is Killian going to get the momentum on his side? Oh, bounce in the face of Paddy Fields off his knee. Rolling through Killian, whipping Paddy up, and again, look at that variation of the Dead Ethan Driver. One, and a kick out at one by Paddy Fields after having his head rocked off the back of the knee of Killian Curse. The cursed one seems to have only just awoken, ready for this fight. He's got Paddy up on his shoulders, and look at that, places him right back down. Oh, folks, this is it. He's locking in Crucio. Oh, but Paddy rolls Killian's shoulders up, locks in that variation of the Cruciatus. Is Paddy going to get out of this one, or is Killian going to get the win here? Paddy elbowing the face of Killian Curse. I don't think he had that Crucio maneuver locked fully in. It's a submission maneuver he likes. Look at this leapfrog. Belly to belly overhead throw. Killian Curse now stalking Paddy. Crucio won't do it. What will, folks? He's going for it again. Look at this, folks. He's locked in that Crucio, shoulders up. Killian is not getting pinned right now, folks. But Paddy taps out to the Cruciatus, and your winner by submission in his singles match debut at CWS. This is episode 18, folks. We are still only getting started. Killian Curse is your winner, and his sister Wanda Kiss, thrilled to be in the ring with him. The cursed ones are here. They're here to take over, folks. That was a great showing by Paddy Fields, but a great win for Killian Curse. Let's see what happens in the future of both these men, and the future of Wanda Curse in the future here at CWS. Come back. We have tag team action. We have the wrestlers, Matt and the Technique Al Wrestler, taking on Marshall Harts and Travis the Savage Sanchez in what's, I believe, their tag debut matchup. Come back for that matchup next year. This is part 6 and your semi-main event of the evening of episode 18, Tombstone TV, produced by Championship Wrestling Series. I am your host as ever, Bullet Von Awesome BBA. And folks, this you saw earlier is big time aerial wrestler, the CWS Women's World Champion, as she escorts her brothers Matt Wrestler and the Technique L Wrestler to the ring for their tag team matchup, where they're going to take on two folks that you, audience, you fans, you know so well, but it's their second tag match, I believe. We are going to have the team of Travis the Savage Sanchez taking on the wrestlers here. We've got Travis the Savage Sanchez and Marshall Harts making their way to the ring to take on the Wrestler family. Marshall unsuccessful in his efforts against Major Attraction at the Masquerade Brawl, where he was the #1 contender for that world's title, but he lost It took 2 major power bombs, 2 major clotheslines, and 2 of those salute to the troops T-bone throws. Major attraction finally put Marshall away. Marshall thought that he had another shot at Contenders 5, but was eliminated from that match. So word is that Travis and Marshall have set their sights on Tag Gold to help Travis in his development and training under the tutelage of Marshall here. These guys have formed a team, the team of the Savage Hearts. The team of the Savage Hearts, as Travis the Savage Sanchez and Marshall Hearts make their tag debut here at CWS. Look at this, a rolling kick. Al Wrestler taking Marshall straight down. This will be an interesting matchup here because the wrestlers are pure out and out athletes and combative wrestlers. They know all of the holds. Marshall Hearts knows jiu-jitsu, jujitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He knows karate, taekwondo. He knows every hold imaginable. Apparently he knows 1005 holds. Marshall now scooping Matt up and dropping him on the back of his head. Ariel watching from the outside as her brother's getting manhandled here by Marshall Hearts. Travis watching on as Marshall drives Matt into the mat. Torquing away at the arm here. And Marshall going for the cover. One kick out at 1, and Al gets in to break it up, and Travis now going over to have a word with Al. Getting out on Al's side, the big intimidating force of Travis the Savage Sanchez. Marshall slapping the face of Matt. Matt playing possum in the corner though. Answers back with an elbow and some right hands of his own. And clotheslining the back of Marshall Hearts. Matt looked like he's going for that tag to his brother Al. And now the Technique Al Wrestler is the legal man. Look at these right hands to Marshall Hearts. And look at this underhook suplex and the bridging. One kick out by Marshall at 1. The Technique Al Wrestler has the fans on his side, which is a little unique. We don't often see the wrestlers getting cheered here at CWS. They put in great showings, but they can never seem to deliver. They're missing that killer instinct. Oh. But Al fighting back here, showing his own against Marshall Hearts. As Marshall steps through the sharpshooter, gets around the back of it and stomps the face of Al into the mat. Marshall dragging Matt over to the corner. Makes the tag. Travis and Al Wrestler are now the legal men. Look at this. We're going to see our first tag offense here between the team of Savage Hearts. Marshall goes to the outside as the big bad boxer Travis the Savage Sanchez wipes his feet all over the Technique Al Wrestler. What an insult to the wrestlers. Everyone knows the mat is sacred, and this boxer comes in here and he's going to show the wrestlers what to do. Look at him dropping the knee into the back after that takedown. Oh, and Al Wrestler with a unique takedown of his own and a drop kick to the back. Travis now fighting his way out, and look at this, slides in with the knee, taking the Technique Al Wrestler down, and now Travis makes the tag back to Marshall. Interesting tactic it seems here. Marshall is going to try to out-wrestle the opponents, and then Travis comes in and makes the big impact as Al knocks both opponents off that top rope. Counts to 2 along with the ref, only to get caught in a suplex by Marshall Hearts. Look at this. Again, got the double underhook. The bridge locked in on that suplex. The Technique Al Wrestler dragging Marshall over to the corner and bouncing his head off that top rope. makes the tag now to Big Brother Matt. Matt and Al now in the ring with some tag team offense of their own. We've seen this before, and look at that with the assist to the big boot. Matt Wrestler taunting the crowd. Travis makes the tag. Travis now legal. And look at the boxer unleashing the fists. And just when you think he's going to go into a flurry of blows, he suplexes. Little gut-wrench throw to Matt Wrestler, and follows it up with a whip to the corner and a spear to the guts. Matt Wrestler taken down and gets stomped on here by Travis the Savage Sanchez, choking Matt into the corner with the knee across the throat. Travis whips Matt back into the same corner, and look at these body shots by the big bad boxer. Travis just launching Matt across the ring and onto the mat. Ref down for the count. 1, 2. Matt kicks out. Al in as an insurance policy. Travis just punching Al into the mush on the apron. And now Travis making his way back to Marshall Hartz. Makes the tag, and Hartz is now legal. Look at this. Oh, goes to evade. Gets the dropkick anyway. Matt now makes his way back to the corner and gets the tag to Al Wrestler. The Technique Al Wrestler in now, stalking Marshall Hartz. Marshall comes out the better of that exchange. Double shoulder tackle. Neither man knocks the other down. Evades a knee to the face. And look at this. Oh my God, look at that throw. Marshall now rocking the Technique Al Wrestler. Travis trying to throw Al back into the ring. Big suplex out on the outside. And Al takes Marshall down with those elbows right to the face. The Technique Al Wrestler tosses Marshall back into the ring. Locks up with Travis and tosses Travis into the ring as well. He's going to take them both on. Al launches himself back into the ring as the ref counts to 6. Travis has to get back out of the ring as Marshall takes the Technique Al Wrestler down with a belly-to-belly suplex, and now driving the knee into the bicep. That is a very tender part of the body. Easily bruised, and look at this. Marshall now taking the fight to the wrestlers, scooping him up and dropping him down with that driver. Marshall Hartz stepping through. Locks in that sharpshooter. The Technique Al might tap out here, no, but Matt gets in with the drop kick and breaks up the submission maneuver. Marshall taking his time planning his next move. Now he's locked in this crossface, wrenching away at the face. Oh my God, and just like that, the Savage Hearts win the match by submission. Back-to-back submission match finishes here at CWS, quite rare. And then we get two come along at once, and in their debut, Savage Hearts get the submission victory, proving that they are going to be a dominant team here potentially in CWS. It looks like the wrestlers weren't quick enough to break up the submission maneuver, and he just had to tap out. The pain was too much. Folks, that's the end of part 6. Come back for your main event of the evening. You're gonna like it. Torque from the Grim Reapers has been challenged to a singles matchup by Yamamoto, and a wrench accepted on Torque's behalf. Folks, this thing between the Grim Reapers and Yamamoto is not over. It looks like Yama's gonna try to have some fun at the expense of Torque here tonight and make the whole of the Reapers watch. Come back for your main event, folks. Yamamoto versus Torque with the Reapers in his corner. Welcome back to Tombstone TV, episode 18. Folks, this is your main event of the evening. This is a singles matchup between Yamamoto and Tommy Torque Thompson. Folks, this match has been a long time coming. Yamamoto won Contenders 2 way back and lost to Major Attraction in his championship opportunity. Contenders 3 and Contenders 4, Yamamoto has been eliminated from both matchups by a wrench, taking away his chance at another shot at the title. In the meantime, we've also had Yamamoto defeat Wrench at the Eliminator pay-per-view. Yamamoto challenged Wrench again for the Masquerade Brawl, but couldn't get his way through Jackson Gage Harris in singles action on Tombstone TV. So instead, Yamamoto, now being unable to lay hands on Wrench, had a 2-on-1 handicap match with Jackson Gage Harris and Tommy Torque Thompson. At the Masquerade Brawl, Yamamoto lost that 2-on-1 matchup. At Contenders 5, which happened last week on Tombstone TV, Wrench was eliminated, but Yamamoto thrilled to pieces with that. Absolutely felt like he got his revenge, but now Wrench is the one demanding a match with Yamamoto. But Yamamoto won't give Wrench the match. The shoe is on the other foot, folks. Yamamoto has said he will not face Wrench until Violent Night, where the paycheck will be bigger, the audience will be bigger, and the night will be more violent. Instead, Yamamoto has accepted a match with the Grim Reapers. However, this time, it's a singles match with Tommy Torque Thompson. So here we are in the main event. Tommy Torque Thompson charges straight in with a crossbody and just bounces off of Yamamoto. Yamamoto backstage today called Torque the Scrappy Doo of the Grim Reapers. But look at that, what can Scrappy do right here? Bouncing off the second rope, hits a crossbody, took Yamamoto down, but can't overpower Yamamoto. Just pushing Torque away. Pushing Torque back, embarrassing Torque Thompson, and look at this clothesline. Yamamoto takes Torque down and starts talking trash. Torque slides in under Yamamoto and gets the ankle locked in on Yamamoto. Torque absolutely embarrassed and mortified by the language Yamamoto used to describe him. It's only going to motivate Torque, who eats a running clothesline. Yamamoto now getting behind Torque, lifts him up, and look at that reverse suplex to Tommy Torque Thompson. Yamamoto's dropping the bombs here over the back of the Reaper, the littlest Reaper. Yamamoto pounding his chest, saying this is it, pushing Torque away. Torque dragging Yama over to that top rope and chopping him across the top. Now catches his leg across the rope and bending back. Rope burns galore to the exposed legs of Yamamoto. Yama now tosses Torque into the corner and answers with a giant splash. This could be it, folks. All that weight across the chest. One. Torque. Even I'm taking Torque too lightly now, folks. Torque kicks out at 1. Slides to the outside, but Yamamoto follows him outside, and look at this. Oh, big suplex attempt here, but Tommy Torque Thompson gets out of it, drops out behind and gets a chop block to the back of Yamamoto. Kicks and punches and an elbow to Yamamoto. A kick and a DDT outside. I think Yamamoto's face might have caught the steps on the way down there, folks. Tommy Torque Thompson stomping on the inside of the folded up arm of Yamamoto. Yamamoto definitely taking Tommy Torque Thompson too lightly here, as he tosses him back into the ring. Refs count up to 6. Talking a bit of trash here. Yamamoto, oh my god, Famouser on that apron, springboarding Torque back into the ring. Refs count up to 8. Tommy Torque Thompson goes for that springboard. Second rope assisted crossbody again. Gets Yamamoto down, and this time Yamamoto kicks out at 1. Torque, interesting strategy. Doesn't seem like he thinks he can outpower Yamamoto, so he's going for speed and agility against the older man, against the veteran. Torque now with another DDT, dropping Yamamoto onto his face. This time gets the cover. Refs count down for 1, 2, and Yamamoto kicks out at 2. Look at this out of nowhere, folks. Tommy Torque Thompson. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Yamamoto. Yama eats a kick to the gut, answers a backward kick of his own, goes for the punch, but Torque is so small he wildly missed. Yamamoto drags Torque over to the ropes, whips him off, goes for a big run and splash and misses. The speed of Torque, deceptively fast. But he's getting manhandled here by the much larger athlete. Yamamoto dropping the stomp across the arm of Torque. Yamamoto's got to stop taking Torque so lightly here, taking the time to taunt in the middle of the match. It's only going to drive the Little Reaper wild. Kick to the gut. Yamamoto just scooping Torque up, and look at that scoop power slam. Torque sliding to the outside, looking for words of encouragement here from the rest of the Reapers. Maybe going to play some interference. Oh my gosh, Yamamoto with Torque right by the throat, right in front of his friends here, folks. A choke slam on the outside to the floor, and a big sit out across the chest of Torque. And Wrench, Ratchet, and Gage unable to lay hands on Yamamoto, because if they do, the pay-per-view match will be called off. They have to play by Yamamoto's rules to get to Violent Night. If Wrench wants a shot at Yamamoto, who tosses Torque into the corner and goes for that big splash again, folks. This could be at 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by the Little Reaper. Torque gets out at 2, and look at this, a big scoop slam here. Power slam of sorts. Yamamoto takes Torque down, and again launching all his weight across the back of Torque. And again, look at this, just lifting Torque with ease into the air. Dropping all the weight in the elbow across the lower back at Tommy Torque Thompson, who's put up a good fight here tonight, folks. But Yamamoto seems to be in his element. Look at this military press. Torque gets out, drops down, sneaks in behind. And look at this reverse DDT. Drops Yamamoto on the back of his head. Now punching away wildly at the face of Yamamoto. Tommy Torque Thompson turned the momentum again. The Little Reaper looking to claim a much larger soul. Torque Thompson locking in. Yamamoto gets out of that very quickly. Very, very quickly indeed. Torque now whips Yamamoto into that turnbuckle. Big right hand. Bounces the head of Yamamoto off the top turnbuckle again. Tommy Torque Thompson eats an elbow. Yamamoto now picking Torque right up again, and look at that, just launching him onto the flat of his back. Yamamoto gets a kick to the gut for his troubles. This thing's going back and forth. I don't think Yamamoto was as prepared for Tommy Torque Thompson as he should be. He thought the threat of the Grim Reapers was the powerhouse Jackson Gage Harris. And look at this clothesline into the corner, face first into the turnbuckle. Yamamoto is not prepared for the scrappy nature of Tommy Torque Thompson. The speed, the agility, the masterful DDTs. Now Yamamoto off the top with a moonsault. Yamamoto with the moonsault from the top rope. That's it, folks. Your winner of the main event of episode 18, Tombstone TV. This is Yamamoto. And it looks like on the path to Violent Night, folks. We are on the path right now. And on the night, we are going to have an encounter between Wrench and Yamamoto. Unless something changes in the next 2 weeks, I think we can expect some sort of violent encounter between the leader of the Grim Reapers and Yamamoto. This bitter feud still going on here. Thank you for joining us in episode 18, Tombstone TV. Thanks for joining us here at CWS. Like the videos, comment below, subscribe, share them with your friends. Come back next week, next Tuesday, for Tuesday night's Tombstone TV, episode 19, folks. We are on the path to Violent Night, the most violent night of the year. Thanks for joining us, a championship wrestling series where wrestling is all fun and games.